Okay, here's another one. A painting that I did, I believe, about maybe 2 years ago. And there wasn't a lot of interest in it. So, but I like it. There's a lot about it that I like. But it's got its issues. You know, the major foible on this painting is that I've cut this down at such a strong angle. We're going foreground here, distance there. All that changes very close to the center of the painting. And the shape of this as well might be a bit bothersome to some people. And what's the painting about? Is it about looking in the distance, or is it about this rocky structure? This area and this area, you know, they compete with each other. So let's get rid of that issue. Let's make it obvious what we're meant to look at. Because we have all this here, and I quite like this. This is more sophisticated, you know. I think we're going to get rid of the background. I like this icy cold sun splashing across the back of the water. It has to go, because I like this more, and it's going to be a lot less work to fix this than it would be to change this. I would have to cut a lot of this out. I'm not going to go there with it. If I were to bring this land down like so and end it here, you'd still be looking around the corner. You'd be so tempted to look around the corner, you know? I don't like that idea. So what I did, I bought this little brand new brush. It's a number 4, flat, long bristle. And I'm going to try to rework some sort of a form in here to paint over this. Now, because it's a couple years old, I don't have to worry too much about lean over fat anymore. I did not use oil. This is a knife painting. I've cleaned it with turpentine and cotton swabs, several of them, to the point where paint started to come off, so I know that the area that I'm going to be working on is cleaned of varnish. So I'm going to use my I can't draw a straight line stick, and I'm going to use it to sort of draw a straight line. Because I'm pretty convinced that I'm going to get rid of this completely. And I wanted to extend this shoreline right across. Okay? Now that I've explained that, I better move the camera because I'm not sitting at a very good angle to see what I'm doing. Okay, clicking and ticking, like I say, I am not editing until I get some things figured out, more things figured out with my editing program, software, whatever you want to call it. No, it's not software, it's just a program. Okay, now I think I can sit in a way that I can actually see it. I wanted to explain what went wrong first with the camera square and parallel more or less to the surface of the painting so that you could see the poorly proportioned composition. So I'm going to start from the top of this rock. Let's just see what happens when we do that. We're getting rid of this rounded part, which is fun, which I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like the face of the bluff. This is actually a painting of a bluff. Well, my interpretation of a bluff on Harrison Lake, which is not too far from me. But it's just not going to do the job as a painting. And, you know, it's about the painting. It's not about the scene. You know, I'm finding this right bit of water here very distracting. And I know it's going. I'm not going to be able to get into painting on this today, but seeing as the art store is closed here in town, I may as well do something. Got the other painting finished today. Really happy with that. I did give it a few touches after the video that I did earlier. Not much though. Okay, that just makes things easier to see as far as I'm concerned. I'm using ultramarine blue and burnt sienna and turpentine, just as my wash-in. Again, it's not terribly thinned off, but I'm trying to make it reasonably opaque without it being too thick, because I don't want it to take forever to dry. You know, I might end up tomorrow morning before the store's open, I might even go in with the knife and might even be able to fix it. Might not take long at all. Really don't know. But I'm pretty convinced that I would like to see now. I find it a bit more difficult because we're cutting over a scene that's already there. But I think I'd like to put some rock structure in the foreground. I don't have to, but I think I'd like to. Oops. Put it on, and I should just leave it alone. Otherwise, the next time I go over it, I take it off. It's already improving because I've gotten rid of this plunge right there. But you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to bring that, continue that over more like that, at that angle, rather than beginning to dip. And okay, just for the sake of it, I'm going to go right along here. I don't believe that's going to stay exactly like that, but I want to get rid of it. Okay. Trying to represent some fairly large rocks. You know, a continuation of this. Cover that with some dark stuff. Now, we have some sort of interesting trees poking up in different places on the rest of the painting. So what if we were to do that here as well? No, bigger. Bigger. Something like that. Well, it's fairly barren rock, so I don't really want a forest over top of it. Hmm. Those all have the feeling of being too small, in my opinion. Okay. Oops. There's that phone again. Please excuse me for one moment. Hello? Okay, I'll leave it a sec. I'm just like I shut my video down because I'm in the middle of video. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, bye. Well, that's the call I was expecting, and it was important that I took it. I have to pick my daughter up and bring her to the garage to pick her car up. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm just going to go over this area and make it dark. It's gonna remove any suggested lines when I go into it with the knife. You know, I think that's okay. Excuse me. Okay, that's obviously, this is closer than that. This is closer than that. Let me just back up a moment here. You know, I think we can do something with that. Anyway, I'm going to leave it for now. And we'll talk to you soon.